Hey there, it's Paul Lynn here, real estate broker, and I want to do a quick video to talk to you about pricing your property for sale. Now, statistics show that you have the most activity on your property within the first 2 weeks that you're listed. Now, why is that? It's very simple. When buyers are out there looking at properties, they're going through their list and scratching properties off their list. So let's say they've been looking for, let's say, 2 weeks and they haven't found the home yet. That buyer is probably set up with a realtor that will send them listings as soon as they pop up and as soon as it matches their criteria. So what will happen is, as soon as your home gets listed on the MLS, that buyer will get an instant email notification. So what happens is, you may have 10 or 15 buyers all looking for that one property. So those first couple of weeks, those buyers are flocking to your home, okay? And they're gonna compare it to the ones that they've already looked at, the ones that they've already crossed off their list, or ones that they're considering. So in order to compete with them, you wanna make sure that you're priced right. The first key factor to pricing your property is price positioning, okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, price positioning is pretty simple. So again, people do their searching online, and when you're looking for a home, most websites will allow you to search within $25,000 to $50,000 increments, okay? So let's say the average list price or sold price of your property is around $100,000. So you choose to list it at, let's say, $104,900, okay? After 3, maybe 4 weeks, you haven't received the offer, or maybe you haven't gotten the feedback that you've wanted, and you contact your agent and follow your marketing plan, and it's time to make that first price reduction. Reducing your price down, to $103,900 or $102,500, it may help, but you're going to look at your price positioning here. So again, people search within $25,000 to $50,000 increments. So somebody looking at your home now may be looking in that $100,000 to $125,000 range, okay? So if you reduce from $104,900 to $102,500, you're still going to get the same pool of people looking at your property. But if you come down to, let's say, $99,900, then you're going to hit a whole different market. People looking from $75,000 to $100,000. Definitely keep price positioning in your mind when you're listing, when you're making price reductions, and so on. Now here's key factor number 2. That would be overpricing your property. Now I get it, you may have just put in new granite countertops, or you've got the biggest yard on the block. You're the first one that built the home in the neighborhood, so you got to pick out the nicest lot in the neighborhood. I get it, but you have to understand that selling your property is based on what the market will allow, okay? So just because you think it's worth so much money, the market may tell you differently. So you have to focus on what the market's telling you to help you price your property. Now I will tell you this, overpricing your home, sometimes in a very hot market it may work, but most times it's going to slow you down and it's going to cause you to get less than if you were just to list it right the first time. So even if you're overpriced, they're clicking online, they're looking at your listing, they realize you're overpriced, they maybe save it for later, and they keep going. They're not going to schedule that appointment. So overpricing your house can really affect you. It could slow down your showings, and your days on market could rise, and then cost you money. And I hear this all the time. When I go to list a property, I'll give them the exact price of what I think you should list it at. And people will say, well, I want to start higher because they're going to write a lower offer anyways. That's not always the case. They will write you a lower offer when they know that you're overpriced. If you list it at the right price, more than likely you have a pretty good chance at getting an offer around that price. And just as those days on market rise, just remember that the longer it sits, the more the ball starts to fall out of your court and land into the buyer's court. And so when buyers see that property, let's say it's 45, 60 days on market, they automatically assume something is wrong with your home. Why hasn't anyone bought this home? What happens then is they'll go look at your property and write you a lower offer because they feel that you're desperate because it's been sitting so long and that there's possibly something wrong with it. So again, those days on market play a huge factor into your price positioning. So in recap, you'll want to contact your real estate agent and have them do a detailed CMA, which is a comparative market analysis. That should give you the average list price, average sold price, days on market for a property in your area. That'll help you price your property and set up your marketing plan just right. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me below. Thanks again for watching this video.